This Hillman deal is interesting to me because the CEO, I believe, was quoted talking about how the home now is not just a place where people sleep and eat. It's a school. It's work from home. How much of this deal is based on this idea that this shift that we're seeing in this pandemic is here to stay?
You know, it was a lot of it, and we started looking at this, of course, during the pandemic, and we saw that there were more people in Lowe's and Ace and Home Depot than anywhere else, and 50% of this company's business is done. They're a wholesale company, and when you go to one of these hardware stores and you're buying products, most likely you're walking out of there with at least one Hillman product, and it's a durable good that we like. It's going to be there forever. We've done a couple of tech companies, and Wader and GNOG, of course, and happy with both. But we wanted to do something different. We wanted one of those companies that's it's going to grow like this, that it's not on a bunch of hopefully future earnings, but it's real earnings today that's going to grow every year. It's one of those stocks you put away and you look up in 10 years and you go, wow. So we're truly excited about it. Rich Handler and I spent a lot of time on this, and Jeffries, and it's a great company.
Now let's get inside your head a little bit more on this idea of investing in the future beyond this difficult time that we're in, and want to talk about the restaurant business specifically because it has been hit so hard, as you know, as well as anyone. The National Restaurant Association said that restaurant and food service sales were $240 billion below where they were projected to be in 2020. So what's the opportunity there for somebody like you and some of our viewers who have some capital to invest in a way that's going to accelerate out of this time that we're in?
Well, it's really sad because there's going to be huge opportunities, and companies like mine who knew how to maneuver in these times, you know, are going to survive and be well capitalized to take advantage of these opportunities. And it's a shame that it's happening because I don't think it had to happen. I think that we should have done a better job as Americans to make sure that no business went out of business because of this pandemic. And we didn't do that as a country. And so, yeah, you know, they talk about equalizing wealth. It's very unfair because coming out of a downturn like this, the wealthier are going to get more wealth, and so many other companies aren't. And it's a shame. It's truly a shame. And all we can do is we're going to look for opportunities. We're going to try to keep people working in these companies that we go out and acquire. But right now, today, I mean, we're definitely on the hunt right now. And it's a shame because it's a pandemic and not because of poor management. I have no problem taking the opportunity when it's poor management and keeping all these other people's jobs. But this time, management didn't deserve it either.
Tilman, I have a broader question about the consumer because you have so many touch points in your businesses to the consumer with regards to restaurants, as you just mentioned, the arena with your sports team, and then casinos. And so I'm kind of curious where you see the state of the consumer because the data points are really, really mixed. We have 10 million people that are unemployed and out of a job, right? And a very high unemployment rate. At the same time, consumer confidence is strong and we have record levels of savings. So kind of what you think about the consumer from what you experience, and do you believe we're going to see very strong pent-up demand once we all get vaccinated?
Definitely. I think starting in the spring, it's going to be unbelievable. You know, I'm sure it's just an accident, but since the inauguration on Wednesday, most of the country has opened up in the last 5 days, and it's just amazing. And what that has done for us, and to be able to put so many people back to work. And I really think by, you know, we're waiting for you know, Governor Cuomo to open up New York City. And, you know, he's the one who says, you know, I want there to be a New York for people to come back to. But We'll open up all of our restaurants in New York City again, and we have more than anybody else. But there's a lot of people that aren't going to open up, and it's extremely disappointing because it's time to open up at least 25% in New York City. But the consumer's coming back. I'm telling you, where we can do business, we are doing business. And this is going to be the roaring 20s. You can just see it. And we're putting all this new stimulus money out there.
Right.
And who does that help? I mean, believe it or not, it helps my casinos and me. I live off the consumer. And you know, so you know what? If Joe Biden wants to give all this stimulus, y'all go right ahead, because we'll take it.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.